Hey, shalom, shalom. This is a portion of the Diligent Soldiers Camp. From Boston. I'm the brother Lahab, and I'm with the brother.
Malak.
And first and foremost, we want to thank Yahweh Shemi Awashai for putting the spirit on us to do this lesson. We want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, Shem, Awashai, Shem, want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, who taught us the truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation to our fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
So we wanted to, me and the beloved brother come back, come and, do a lesson on the signs of the times, man, that we're living in. There's a lot of things going on. And as of late, there's been a uptick of volcanic activity around the whole planet,
right.
And this is none other than the, signs that Yahweh Shai's return is very nigh, man,
right.
and as we'll grab Matthew 24. Matter of fact, if you could start with that, brother, Matthew 24 and was it 3?
Matthew 24 and verse 3, yes.
Yep. Yeah, if you can grab that.
Matthew 24, chapter 24, verse 3, and it reads, "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came unto him privately, saying..."
Right, now he is Yahweh Shai, right?
Right. The disciples came unto him, Yahweh Shai, privately, saying, "Tell us, when shall these things, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and the end of the world?"
Right. And the end of the world, if you look up that word world in the Greek, it goes into let's look it up real quick. Eon or age.
Ages, yeah, age. Or time.
Or time, right. So it's G165. And it says an unbroken age, perpetuity of time, eternity, period of time, age. Right. So it says, when will be the end of this age, is what the disciples are asking Yahweh.
Right. It's important to know. It's important to know, if I may, real quick, like you just read a period of time. That puts it into perspective a little bit for brothers, newly coming into this, man. There's a time, as the scripture says, and I think Revelation, there's the Satan or the devil actually was going to be loose for a short season. That's that period. That's that eon, that age that the brother is speaking about, and bringing it out in the Greek.
That's right, bro. But just like it says in Second Ezra 6:9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The end of Esau's time is at hand. He's falling. Babylon is falling, and Israel is rising up. Which is why, for you newer listeners, if you hear us scream Kwam Yasharallah, it means rise Israel, man. That's what we're saying. The remnant of the nation of Israel is rising up, while Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, the wicked that the Bible speaks of, they're falling, man.
And down. Yep.
So as it says in the book of Genesis 25, right? When Jacob and Esau were born, Esau came out first, and what happened? Jacob was holding the hand, the heel of Esau, man, representing the pulling down of their nation, man. And that's exactly what's happening right now. This is prophecies being fulfilled right in front of our faces, man.
Right, that's right, brother.
All right. Well, you got it, bro, Salaki.
That's right. Also, it's important to know, man, that the scripture says speaks about the time of the Gentiles, man.
Right, being fulfilled.
Right, being fulfilled, man, which goes into Esau having his season, which is his short season, which the Revelation speaks of. And in other words, it says world here in the book of Matthew. It's all in the same thing, Verse 4 of Matthew's 24 and 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. Must come to pass.
Right.
But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right.
All
So
these are the
yep.
beginning of sorrow.
Con. And you know, right now, nations are rising up against nations, man.
Right.
And kingdoms against kingdoms. You know, this as the scriptures say, Yahushua also said, a kingdom divided shall not stand, man. You know,
Right.
Babylon the Great, aka America, is divided on every type, every facet that you could imagine, man.
Right.
You talk about, you know, the old versus the young,
Right.
the left versus the right, amongst themselves, right? The Egyptians are against the Egyptians, man. You know what I'm saying? You got the conservative Edomites, so-called white people that want to keep, you know, the old American traditions and all that. And then you got the liberal, the new age Edomites that want change, and you know, the ones that, you know, earthy, crunchy, and you know, we gotta eat bugs to save the planet, and you know, wear more layers of clothes and use less heat, you know, eat less
normalizing
meat. Right.
Normalizing same sex, normalizing also attractions to younger boys and girls.
Right, exactly.
All these new, you know, weirdo activities, man, that they want to normalize, man. That do as thou wilt spirit, you know, not needing the Lord. That, you know, that like the brother said, you know, them wanting to do liberals wanting to do new things and different things means they don't want to follow order. They don't want to follow the laws of the Lord.
That's right. And that's why all these things are going to come upon this place.
Right.
You know, as the Lord said, I'm going to grab that precept real quick. This is Luke 11:17. But he, Yahushua, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation.
That's an indication, man. That's an indication there, brother, that or another indication that that this place, Babylon, its time is running out, man. They're broken right now. Nothing, they can't come to agree to nothing. It's they're so far gone that it's to the point of no
return.
No return, man. To the point of no return, man. The only time you will see these people joining forces among themselves is to be against you Jakes that the Lord will set up as or will have as 2/3, man, that'll be out here, and Esau's just gonna have his ways with y'all, man. That's the only time that's that last hoorah, the last time they're gonna actually be together and join forces with each other, no matter, in other words, put their differences aside to attack the common to attack their common problem, which is us Israelites, man.
That's right.
In particular, you know, you 2/3 minded Jakes, man.
Right, exactly. Let me see. Every kingdom. Let me just finish out real quick.
Right.
Every Luke 11:17. But he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and a house divided against a house falleth, man. And you know, as the brother said, beautifully said, you know, these devils are divided on everything, but they will come together when it comes to you Jakes, man. That's one common denominator that these Edomites do understand, is that I forget how the saying goes. There was a saying I heard that if you teach, how does it go? If you convince a white man, a poor white man, so-called white man, that he's better than the lowest, the greatest Jake. You can continue. I forget how it's worded, but basically, if they have convinced these Edomites, the poor Edomites, even that the poorest Edomite is still greater than a LeBron James, man.
Right,
Even
right.
though he got all this money, this poor ass Edomite is still greater than him because he's a Negro. And that's what they
Or even amongst their political arena, the highest paid or the highest intellectual political
right,
so-called black or so-called Latino,
right.
employee or whatever you want to call them,
Yeah,
right? They
whatever
will still
status. Right, right. Whatever
be lower.
status. Right. A Jake has a so-called black, Latino, or Native American man or woman.
Right.
They have convinced themselves that they are still greater than all of us, period, no matter what we do, and we're less than. But even in that, you know there's a divide, man, because as the scriptures say, let me grab that real quick. They shall seek to please the poor, man.
Right.
So there's a group of Edomites that have come to the conclusion that they are wrong, and they're trying to help. There's Edomites that will go out there and give out food and will donate and stuff like that to so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, right?
They'll march and
March
actually
stuff. They'll try to be put hand in hand and show all that, and try to basically atone for their sins, so to speak,
right,
because they know that judgment is coming to them, man.
right.
So this is Job 20:10. His children, whose children? The wicked's children shall seek to please the poor. Who's the poor? Israelites, man. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and our fellow brethren that may look like the heathen, but their seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You are the poor, man. Whether
Right.
you're physically, poor like money, but ultimately poor in the spirit, man. Like we're the lowly. I'll say it that way. Excuse me.
Right.
We're the lowly. We're the meek of the earth, man. We're the ones that are shitted on by the masses, man. We're the ones that are always talked down on. We're the ones that are misrepresented in the media. You know what I'm saying? We're the
Right.
poor, and it says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods, man. You know what I'm saying? So these Edomites, these particular Edomites that are in the spirit, are come to the realization that, they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? These ones, and they're trying to I was it at camp? I think it was at camp. Maybe it was in Lowell. But there was an Edomite that came up and was talking about he wanted to be a house cracker or something. I'm trying to remember where. I don't remember if I seen it on a video or it was at our camp.
I think we saw it on a video because I think I remember seeing something like that too on
Yeah.
a
But
camp. It was admitting that he wanted to be a house cracker. He wanted to be a slave, basically.
Yeah, so he's trying to basically be in a better position than the rest of the Edomites or whatever, the rest of the crackers.
Hey, there's been Edomites that came up to different camps saying that that not only does he know that they're his people are the Edomites, but that they deserve what was it that he said, a punishment for what they've done, which is what you're talking about, because though the elites and a lot of other people under them, violently oppressed us and enslaved us and attacked us, there was still always I dare say a little remnant, a little, a sprinkle of them that in their heart, in their mind, they knew, fuck, what we're doing to these people is wrong.
Yeah,
they're obviously not animals. These people have feelings. These people work. These people have children. These people smile. These people cry. These people get sad. These are real people that we're doing these things to, man. And a lot of those people are reincarnated in this time, man. and are the ones out there protesting. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I mean, I say that as a man, but you have to have a level of consciousness, man, uh, to realize, like, damn, man, we did these people dirty, man. We did these people dirty, and we are what we are today because of what we did to them. You know?
Right, right. You know, and real quick, this is the Job 20:10 in the NIV, and it reads, "His children must make amends to the poor, man.
Right,
You know, his own hands must give back his wealth, man." And that's,
right.
as the brother was
That
just
word
saying,
amends goes into like correcting, right?
right? Yep, exactly. Let
But
me
it, I
let,
mean,
matter of fact, let me look
huh?
it up real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick.
Well, you get that, man. You know, they're looking out to do that, but it's too late, man.
Right,
They've done so much. As the scripture says, we were talking earlier, right? And you said that there's a scripture that they furthered the Lord's. They when it was
right.
time to,
Further the affliction.
right. What would say it again?
Right. Yeah, they the Lord was
Further
but
the
a little
affliction.
displeased. Yeah,
Yep.
let me grab that.
And because of that is why, just to bring it back full circle about what we were going to be getting into is because of all that is why the earth, the state of the earth is where it is today, because of all that wickedness that they did to us, keeping us down that way, and the rest of the planet, the rest of the earth following suit to this man's philosophies and
Right,
way of living. You know what I'm saying?
God,
Everyone's suffering, man.
right. I got that scripture for you.
Even
This
themselves, amongst themselves, they're suffering.
right, exactly. Just to back the brother up real quick. The scripture you just quoted.
Right.
This is Zechariah 1:15, and it reads, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease.
Right.
Who's at ease right now? All these heathen, these Edomites, the Ammonites, the Ishmaelites,
Yeah.
the Moabites,
No more than Esau though. Esau is
right,
like
right.
the
Esau's the
pack.
main, he's the top heathen.
Yeah, Esau makes sure there's some space between him and all the other heathens. Like, yeah,
Right,
like we
right.
the
Yeah,
top
exactly.
niggas.
Exactly. There's a clear cut difference between him and the rest of
Con,
the heathen too.
con.
Him and everybody else. It says, and I am very sore displeased with the heathen that are at ease, for I was but a little displeased, right, with the nation of Israel, right?
Right, right.
And they, the heathens,
Heathens.
starting with Esau, Edom, the so-called white people, help forward the affliction, man.
Right,
Right? Because as it says in I believe it's in the book of Psalms, King David was talking about deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword, man. You know,
right,
and they were the Lord, put them in position to afflict us, but they went overboard, man. He said he was but a little displeased with us, and they forwarded the affliction, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they're coming. A lot of them are coming and trying to make amends, as
right,
it says in Job 20:10, in the
right,
NIV.
right,
So I got the definition for amend real quick, and it means it's a verb. It means to make minor changes in
okay,
a text in order to make it fairer or more accurate or more up to date. And the similar words are revise, alter, change, modify, qualify, adapt, adjust, edit, rewrite,
right,
redraft, you know what I'm saying?
right, right, right.
Rework, you know what I'm saying? So they're basically repair is another word.
But
So they're basically
basically,
remedying. Yeah, correct.
I'm surprised repairs there because, you
Right,
know, nonetheless, the word um to make right, or the phrase to make right, is not in there, because to make right will mean not only them admitting how wrong they were, but basically stepping down. But the Lord just doesn't have the story written out that way, man. It don't matter. Like we were saying earlier, man. What the Lord makes crooked
made straight,
can be
made
made
straight.
straight, man.
Right, right.
And so it makes perfect sense that these people, as me and you were speaking earlier, it makes perfect sense that these people further the affliction. You know, the Lord designed these niggas
Right.
like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and rightfully so, the Lord is displeased, because even at that point, after they, you know, did what they did, you know, they still had that lust for more power, more blood. You know what I'm saying? More land, more money, more everything. You
That's
know,
right.
and because of that, we are where we are today. They are in the state of mind that they are in today, and this earth is in the status and the what's the word I'm looking for?
The
Like
state,
the
right?
state, you know, the state of mourning that it is today, man.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Suffering to the point where, you know, as the brother was had mentioned, you know, earthquakes, man, are not earthquakes, volcanoes. You know what I'm saying? And pestilence and all types of other things that I was reading in Matthew are happening at an all-time high.
Exactly. Real quick, just the brother made a beautiful point
Brother,
earlier.
hit us speaker real quick. The it just started happening right now.
How's it now? Good.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect. Yeah.
As you know, beautiful point the brother made earlier when we was talking. You know, we was talking about, you know, the volcanoes and you know, just the whole world in general, you know, and all the creation
Right.
is mourning. As the scripture say, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn,
People
but when the
more.
righteous beareth rule, the people rejoice. Man. So, you know,
Right.
people are not rejoicing right now. That's how you
At
know
all. Like at all.
at all, man. It's
Everybody's having issues with this,
right,
man.
exactly. To the point where you got, you know, mass die-offs of sea life, man, whales and
Right.
dolphins and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's terrible, man.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Even certain European countries that are a part of NATO, in alliance with Babylon, even they're finding out how Esau is profiting from, you know, the last, you know, not afflictions, but conflicts that's been going on, as far as like Putin and
Oh,
Zelensky.
yep, yep,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly. Yep,
They're
yeah.
they're they're
Ukraine.
rejecting, right, in Ukraine, Russia and Ukraine. They know that this man has a lot to do with what's going on, and he's profiting to the point where, you know, these people are going to be losing energy soon. You know, they're talking about outages going out, you know, early to 2023, all around the world, but in particularly these European countries, because of what's going on between Russia and Ukraine. So here it is, these two countries that have been next to each other for so long. Who knew that it would cause all these this uh not ricochet, but like this
Friction,
huh
friction.
you know, it's friction and this like ripple effect
Right,
around
right,
the
right,
world,
right.
man. This
Uh,
ripple effect around the world, man. You know what I'm
right,
saying? To
exactly.
the point where, like, I gotta keep repeating it. Even the planet itself is is in mourning, and it's also suffering, man, because we know that everything that the Lord made has a particular spirit, man. So
Right,
there's this planet that we all collectively call home.
right, right. And that's precept to back you up is Romans 8 and 19. For the earnest expectation of the creature, right? Because
Right.
the earth is a creation as well as the
Right.
people, you know, the animals, the plants, you know, the grass, everything, you know, it's a creation. So it says, for the earnest expectation of the creature waited for the manifestation of the sons of the living power, man.
Right.
You know, so everything is waiting for Yahweh Shai to come back, man. As much as we are, the creation is waiting for it too, because as the scriptures say, if the Lord didn't shorten the days, there'll be no flesh left to be saved, man.
Right.
If these devils was to continue for another 10, 15, 20 years, man, you destroy fucking everything. They already have destroyed everything, but the earth is already not yielding forth its fruit under these damn devils, man. The
Right.
shit is terrible. You know, this is why they have to make GMO foods and splice different things and, you know, mass produce things like that. You know what I'm saying? Different foods and everything because the earth is not yielding forth this fruit, man, as it used to,
Right.
And brothers,
Right.
has seen a wine bottle. I seen it on a brother's page before, showing two people holding a cluster of grapes, and the grapes look like one grape looked like the size of a watermelon, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So grapes back in the day were way larger than the
Right.
watermelons would be even huger than that they are now.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but it used to take more than one man to
Yeah,
hold up.
exactly. It took two men, maybe three men to carry a cluster of grapes, man. Now you go to the store and you get a little thing of grapes and these little fucking marble sized fucking
Right.
grapes. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
And on top of that, it has no nutritional value as it did before because all these things are genetically made, lab made. All these things are and maybe not maybe they're not being lab made, but they were genetically modified, man, because none of them are
Exactly.
grown with seeds. So
Right.
you need a
Right.
seed to plant so grape could grow. So where are these things coming from, or how
Exactly.
are these things being grown,
Right. It
you know?
doesn't, yeah, exactly. And this is, just yet another sign of the times, man. I
Right.
think,
Right.
through the spirit we'll probably name it signs of the times, man, because
Signs of the times,
these are all the different events that are happening, to let us know how close Yahweh Shai is coming, man. And,
Con.
real quick, one of the brothers had I believe he's from San Diego. He had a testimony of Apostle Tahar, man. He had a
Right.
dream, and Apostle Tahar, basically wrapping up the ministry, man. And that's that famine of the word coming, man. So it's like, yo, like we're very, very close. Everything is lining up. The famines, the uproars of the people, the different pestilences. You know what I'm saying? Throughout the world, the division. You know,
Yep.
Race riots are definitely
Right.
soon to come. Because I mean, shit, man, people are divided on every level possible, as we was talking about earlier. So there's so many things that are in play at the same time that we can see that the ending is very nigh, man. And this is the
Very
time to
right.
you got it, bro.
No, I was just agreeing with you. It's very near.
Right. And this is the time for you Israelites, man, to come back onto your power, man, while the doors of mercy is still open onto you, because
Right. Because we're at the cusp of all hell breaking
yeah,
loose.
yeah, exactly.
That where hell is a condition. So the very evil, and evil is also a time. So a very hellish and evil time is coming about, man. You
Right,
know,
exactly,
it's gonna be
exactly.
very intense. It's gonna be to the point where there's no way you could run. There's no way you could hide. You literally have to depend. We literally are gonna have to depend on the Lord, man, for protection.
That's right.
We're gonna be in the mid. I mean, the scripture says that Jacob shall be Jacob shall be saved from the midst of Jacob's trouble. Roughly paraphrasing, man. But
Hmm.
he will be what is it? He will be saved from oh, man, I forget. I don't want to butcher it, but
Saved
basically
out of it.
Jake is gonna yeah, he should be saved out of it, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go through it, and in the midst of that, the Lord is gonna take out the elect, save the
Right.
elect, man. I got second Esdras 9 on deck if you want.
Yeah. Let's bring that out, and then I'll bring out that Jeremiah 30:7 that you had just quoted for the
Oh,
Jacob's
all right.
trouble. Yep.
Unless you wanna just mention that real quick, and then
Yeah, I can bring it out
or
right now. Yeah. This
all right, bet.
basically what the brother just quoted,
Right,
Jeremiah 30:7. And it reads, "Alas, for that day is great, day of Jacob's trouble," right? So that
right,
none is like it. It is even the same. It is, excuse me. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble,
right,
but he, the elect, shall be saved out of it, man.
right. So it don't matter who or what prophet, what so-called prophet you're hearing. If they're telling you that there's no Jacob's trouble, you know what I'm saying? you might as well leave that congregation, man, because the scripture is telling you that there's no other day like it, man. You
Right.
know, and even if they backpedaled and are now saying that there is, you should still think twice of being around that man or in that congregation, because you know now that things are coming about is that they're backpedaling. Now, how much more? What else have they been lying or keeping from in as far as this truth, man? As far as like what pertains to salvation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that day is so great that there was no other. There's not gonna be another day like it, man. It's
Right.
gonna be the worst time in history, man.
Right. It's like it says in Daniel 12:1.
Right.
You know, it shall be as a time such has never been since there was a nation, man.
Right.
You
Never.
know, because you Israelites, man, you gotta. There's they just had a thing. I guess they trying to backtrack on it because they got a lot of flack for it. But they in Cali they were talking about having I think it was San Francisco having robots that are gonna able to fucking kill people, man. You know what I'm saying? And then they
Yeah.
got the
No.
robot
Actually, yeah.
dogs running around. Yeah,
Those dog bots or whatever you
right,
want to call them that MIT developed. San Francisco, the SFPD asked the courts if they could attach basically assault weapons on them, man, and they granted it, man. You know what
right,
I'm saying? And it's gonna be crazy, man, because you know they say they're looking out for their own, so you know, uh, so their officers won't be, so it could cut like you know danger
right.
by 50% or something. But that just means that they're gonna start executing you jakes, man, left and right, because you know they want to get rid of you, man.
Exactly.
One less jake is to them it's like a chance, or you to close to getting close to utopia, you know, for their
Exactly.
utopia, right? You know.
Exactly. Because if they're gonna sit there and say they're going to have these robots to make it more safe, you know, the number one threat that they always pushed, right? They're known as the accuser of the brethren for a reason in the
Right.
scriptures. You know, they always put
Right.
us in, as if the
Category.
word goes, categorio, category. They categorize us. That's why they call us all these bywords and proverbs, and they paint us in a negative light on the
Right.
media to
Right.
make the masses feel as if we're the fucking problem. So then they can have an excuse to come and execute us, man. So when those robots, start coming into the hoods, man, they're gonna be programmed to come after you niggas, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have the hedge of protection from Yahweh by Shemi Shai, man, you done, man. You jakes that rely on your sticks and all that. You think you're gonna shoot it out with Esau Edom and you know what I'm saying, who was given the blessing?
Right. Right.
Hey, you're in for a rude awakening, man.
Yeah. Like here it
You're
is.
gonna find out.
You and your man's got an extendo wherever you get caught up. So y'all got at least 60 on and four and all together, right? With 4 different clips or whatever it is. First of all, you have no aiming skills. That is not your blessing. So you have not mastered that. I don't give a shit how many times Jake says that he went to the range. You know, these niggas, these Edomite cops practice every day. They go to the
Yeah,
gun. It's required for them to go to the gun range and let off and be sharp at their shooting, man.
right,
Okay, that's first and foremost. Second, you know, tactically they surround you. Tactically they attack you, right?
right,
You have to come up with a defense, a tactical defense. And Jake's ain't ready for shit like that, man. Our tactical defense is Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. That's just it. You know, we don't have anything. We're worms, man. Some of you niggas is worms with guns, and you're gonna die right with it, man. I mean,
right,
it's one thing to defend yourself in the midst of Jacob's trouble, right? From anybody, our own people, to other nations, to even like a rogue cop or a couple fucking cops that, you know, or officers or officials, I would say, right, that are you know, trying to abuse you and your lady, or abuse your lady, and then you let off, you put them down, whatever. But you know, sooner or later you're gonna only be able to rely on Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And if you don't have that faith, and you don't have the names, you're gonna be asked out, as I always say, man, because they you know, you're gonna be put in a situation where the Lord is gonna have them overtake you, man, and destroy you.
That's
And
right.
you'll probably have to witness your woman getting ravaged, or your woman's gonna have to witness you being ravaged, man. Like, these people are sick, man.
That's right.
These people are sick, man. So the Lord is gonna turn it up. That,
right.
like, if they're in level 10 of how sick they are, the Lord's gonna put it on level 20. They're gonna
Right,
be
bro.
doing shit that they didn't even know they were capable of that at that time, man.
I got a quick precept for you, bro.
Right.
Back on what you were just saying, or two precepts. This is the book of Psalms 17:8, and it reads, "Keep me as the apple of the eye, hide me under the shadow of thy wings." You know, this is what Jake's, you know, are hoping and praying for, man.
Right.
You know, and
That
in the ninth verse,
hedge of protection.
right, it has your protection. In the ninth verse, it says, hide us from who? It says, from the wicked that oppress me. And as the brother was saying, they, you know, their tactics, their tactical measures, they can pass us, man. And it says it right here in the scriptures. It says, from the wicked that oppress me, from my deadly enemies who compass me about, man.
Right,
You
right.
know?
How you gonna be able to shoot your way out of somebody, or a people that collectively are coming after you, and whose ways surpass you in terms of a gunfight. You know what I'm saying? War against you, man.
Right.
When our weapons are not carnal, man.
Right.
You know, like Jake just gotta humble himself, man, and admit it. And if you don't want to admit it, then at least don't put these guns and these sticks in the forefront as if it's something. Like, I'm still surprised that these people that be bringing guns to camps haven't got mowed down by police. It's almost like it's purposely or set up.
Right. Right.
You grab your pocket in front of a cop the wrong way. You twitch in a car where you're getting stopped while that nigga's right here on your side, and he's gonna shoot. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
These niggas is over there holding posts with a whole AR-15 with the finger right outside the trigger, you know, looking around, fatigues on, all types of shit, man. Just making the ministry look like some worldly shit, man.
Exactly. Right. Yep. But yeah, you want to bring out that
Yeah, just to bring it back more or less, how we would just, you know,
right.
as far as the lesson goes, you know, I mean, and it is signs of times, definitely. Right. That's the spirit, the way the spirit is moving it. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, and I'm gonna start at 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua, will begin to visit the world which he made.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, okay. And real quick before I keep going on, scriptures do not, as far as I understand in this, brother, because we were trying to look for it, scriptures don't really go into a volcano, right? Volcanoes and stuff, man. But volcanoes and earthquakes have a correlation, a connection, because a earthquake could trigger volcano eruptions, or a volcano to go active, because of the earth under them, under the surface of the land, having either air pockets or just shifting, right? And then there's an earthquake, and the reason that shifts the tectonic plates is because of the magma that's under those tectonic plates, which is connected to these huge shafts, right? Pressure shafts or pressure releasing shafts called volcanoes, man. Okay, and then and the other part is volcanoes before it erupts. When it erupts, it could trigger earthquakes if a land is already, if a particular part of a land that's close to it is already vulnerable to have earthquakes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that we always bring out. There's an app called oh man, I forget the name of the app right now. Let me see if I look it up. It's right here. It's called Quake Feed. Quake Feed, FEED. Okay, you go in there and you'll see how there's an earthquake every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, every 2 minutes, all around the world. Now, before they never used to. We didn't have a way of measuring this and logging it as it is now with these apps. But with the technology that's out there, you know, we're able to pick up on that, because it says here in verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the earth, so like the world which he made, which is the entire planet. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, okay, you go on the Quake Feed and you see earthquakes all around the world. All right, and it categorizes, like it has like tan, like a light tan color to a very dark maroon color, which are like the most intense ones, right? These are like the ones that are like, I think if I'm not mistaken, 5 and over in the Richter scale. And these are the ones that actually do damage, man. You know what I'm saying? And the darker they are, the higher the Richter scale, the more damage that it does in the land, man. And the land is connected to the tectonic plates, which are connected to the lava, which are connected to these volcanoes, man. Okay, so it's the earth showing its stress, showing like sign almost. You know what I'm saying? In these end times where we wasn't seeing all these earthquakes around the world, and then now volcanoes. I forget exactly where it is, but it's a bunch of different volcanoes around the world, starting to either go active or erupt, man. Okay, so it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproar of the people in the world, we see uproars all over the place. Brazil has a huge uproar right now, where you know, whoever is a president right now, the people, and I have a Brazilian brother-in-law, and he's telling me what's going on out there is that the person that's of the president was like an outsider, like this brand new guy that a lot of people never didn't really know about all that much. And who does that remind us of, man? Esau, how he plants who he wants to be in power in all these different nations, man, because they're about to move in. They're about to refresh, right? Hit us with this new refresh. And they've been telling us in the World Economic Forum for the longest that this is what they want to do. And way before that, we always knew that Babylon sets up puppets all around the planet, starting even with Europe and them. They do the same, right? Because Esau is Esau, no matter where the hell he is. The point being is that these men are moving all their chips in place, man. Okay, that's what's going on, because this devil knows that he has a short time, so he has to put people in place. So when it's time to reset, when it's time to hit that reset button, all the powers that are at B, Salakia, are on the same exact page as all the other elites above them, man. Right? So it says, therefore, when there shall see earthquakes and uproars, also in China, brother, I don't mean to start this over, but in China, there's a huge uproar. Right? There's been going uproars there for like the past 3 years. Right. But they started to burn down the quarantine centers. Right. They're like, fuck it. They burning that shit up. How? I don't know. But
they're sick and tired of that shit.
They sick and tired of being pushed around. They fighting the police and the secret police out there, man. They're fighting, man. There was this one guy crossing the street back and forth, chanting something, and all of a sudden, 2 plainclothes officers, officials, get close to him. A van pulls up, and them 2 plainclothes niggas push that one Moabite nigga in there, along with the niggas that are in Tyvek suits, you know, and anybody else that was trying to intervene was getting clocked over the head with the nigga beaters,
Billy
man.
Club.
With the Billy Clubs, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The nigga beaters, the Moabite beaters, with the beaters, man. You know what I'm saying? So then you got Ukraine, of course, and Russia. You know, you got Iran and its people in uproar with the way the government is handling things or whatever, with the whole hijab or whatever that thing is
Yeah,
called. That you
yep.
know, you got
You got
uproars all
the
over the.
right,
What is it?
the small hatters and
The small hatters in Palestine, you know what I'm
Palestinians.
saying?
Right,
The
right,
Palestinians. There's uproars all over the place, not to mention the ones over here. You know what I'm
right.
saying? That Esau, by his enchantments, by his disinformation, and by him leading the narrative, is able to keep it at bay. But
Mhm.
it's this bubble is about to blow up. There's only so many band-aids and rope and glue that you could put on a wound or on a vulnerable a spot, right, in this problem, in this huge problem around in this country, until it pops, man, until it blows
Right,
up, you know.
right.
Verse 4 says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee,
Mhm.
even from the beginning, because the Lord, as we know, he states the end from the beginning. He lets you know how it's gonna end from the very beginning. He works.
Right,
That's how he works. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You had said something earlier, but I don't think I can remember. But it reminded me of Genesis. Um, I think it was with Cain, if I'm not mistaken, but I forget now. Lord's word comes back to me later, if anything.
Fine,
If the
fine.
Spirit wants me to think about that. Damn, this truck is pushing back, and I hope it doesn't hit my car. Or else you guys are going to be my witnesses to getting a huge case. Anywho, verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of these things, those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Verse 5, for like as all that is made in the world has a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest.
The
Right,
end
as the
is
scripture,
being
as that scripture
manifested.
you,
Man. Right.
Salakia.
Oh yeah, you
I
got
was
it.
gonna say, as the scripture that you quoted earlier, I don't know if you read it already, the one that says the earnest
Right, right.
uh
Expectation of the creature.
expectation of the, yes, right, that has to
Yep.
manifest, man. You know,
Exactly.
that was verse 5. I don't know if you want me to keep going.
No, that's pretty much the
That's
point.
probably good right there, right? Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
But
You know,
that whole chapter
it's
is
fire.
great for brothers to
Yeah,
always constantly read, man. Even if you already know it by memory, it's always a good thing to refresh the sentiment that we have to have, man.
right,
For what it's saying, man. For, you know, to understanding it.
that's right. You know, and that was a beautiful verse. You know,
Right,
to pretty much end on, because the end is being made manifest, man.
right, brother.
You
Right,
know, that was pretty much the point of this lesson to the spirit,
right.
is all of these things are happening, and these are the signs of the times, man. And
Undeniable, man. Even if you guys
undeniable.
have Christian family and that'll come up and, no, first of all, they're gonna work it out. The U.S. is not going to go into conflict with Russia and all this BS, man. My father said that a few years ago. Guess what? As of like 2 days ago or three, uh, the U.S. already had, I don't know how many. I don't remember how many thousands of soldiers already and equipment in Poland.
Right.
So this is gonna go down. These niggas is not gonna spend. It probably cost millions of dollars just to get them over there. You're gonna tell me it was for nothing? These are
Right.
strategic, tactical movements that they're doing, man, making.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, and hey, as it says in was it Isaiah 55:11, the
Right,
word of the Lord does not go out void, man. You
right.
know,
That's
the
right,
Lord
brother.
said that these things would happen, and they're happening right in front of our faces, man. The end is being made manifest, as the
That's
scriptures
right,
say.
brother. That's right.
You
And
know,
we should all be in the spirit of wanting to see these things come about, man. The scripture says, he that endureth to the end. We
same
have to endure to the
right,
end. We have to endure through all that conflict, through
that's right,
the World War III, through JT, right? Jacob's Trouble, through the MARK of the BEAST, man. All
that's
right,
right, that's
which
right.
and which the way you reverence it or you worship it is by taking that sea hip,
Let's
man.
see it, man.
You
Yeah,
know,
that's right. You know, so I mean, this was basically you know another spiritual warning,
right?
to our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man.
Con.
Time is short, man. Esau knows it. The elites of Esau know it. The elites of Israel know it. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
brothers that and sisters that have been watching, the brothers, the prophets, the apostles and elders of GMS on down. And
Right.
like my brothers, we've been watching, man. And we could see the signs of the times and hey, it's all coming to a head, man. It's almost, it's almost go time for real. Like
Right.
the ministry is about to shut down because they're coming, they're already laying the groundwork. They already been laying it, but for them to take us off the streets, man,
Right.
and it demonize us and come and arrest certain brothers and all
Right.
that,
Right. Turn to
So
the Lord, Jake. Turn to the Lord.
right,
Turn to the Lord, man. Stop
turn
tarrying.
to the Lord. Stop tarrying, man. Get it while the getting is good, man. Brothers are
Right,
doing
bro.
lessons constantly, 24/7, man.
Right.
So while
Right.
the opportunity is open, hey, take heed, man, or otherwise you're gonna get left, man. That's pretty much, our message through the spirit,
Right.
our warning onto you, Jakes, because once the doors of mercy close, man, hey, you ain't on the right side of history, you're done, man. That's it.
The rap.
We're gonna see you in the kingdom, man. You know
The
what I'm saying?
rap. Game over.
Yeah.
Finito.
Finito, man. You'll be,
Finito.
yeah. So Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. In closing, we want to thank Yahweh Shemi Awashai once again for putting the spirit on us to do this lesson. We want to
Right.
give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Shem,
Bahashim.
Shai,
Yahushai.
Shem,
Bahashim.
Dash.
Dash.
Want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, who taught us the truth. Salutation, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation to our fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, we want to say shalom.
Shalom.
I want to say DTA.
DTA, man.
Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
And Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.
Hey, shalom. To the next one.
Shalom. Shalom.